If you guys are in need of any grinding services, hit up my guy Rose NBA on Twitter. From domination to getting you guys a 95 plus overall hidden gem, he does it all. What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about our top 10 point guards right now in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM and ranking them from 10 all the way up to number 1. Now, before I dive into the actual top 10, I do want to give you guys some honorable mentions because there are a lot of point guards that are really good that couldn't make this list, especially some opals like Ja Morant. I like him. Didn't quite make the list. Russell Westbrook didn't quite make the list. I think his release at this point is a little bit slower, but again, a really good card. Jason Kidd, another John Wall made it, but Jason Kidd is another really good Galaxy opal that didn't quite make the list that you guys could debate. He deserves to make the list. So those are just a couple of guys that didn't quite make the list that I personally don't mind, that I personally do like. But again, you're talking about the top of the top, the best of the best when it comes down to our top 10. Now, starting it off at number 10, we're plugging in Sidney Moncrief. Now, between Jason Kidd, between, Russell Westbrook, it honestly was tough for me to go with Sidney Moncrief with this 76 3-ball. It was. But I think defensively, he's one of the best options. And I think that combined with the fact that, he is still 6'4", and he has one of the better releases on the game is why I did ultimately go with Sidney Moncrief. Look, if you apply all of, the shooting badges like Shifty Shooter, like Limitless Range, if you do, apply a 3-point shoot, that could help out a little bit as well. I just think the potential of Sidney Moncrief is higher than, some of the other guys on this list. Genuinely is where I'm at with Sidney Moncrief. If you're not the biggest Sidney Moncrief fan, look, I get it. His 3-ball is only a 76. However, I think if you do get, get his release down, realize that yes, his, 3-ball is low, but the release makes up for it, you're really going to like Sidney Moncrief if you do have him. Coming in at my number 9, Pink Diamond Zack LaVine. Now, I want you guys to close your eyes for a second and pretend that you do not see the pink diamond on this, okay? Pretend it's just the stats and badges of this Zack LaVine, and then tell me what you would think the overall tier would be of the card, okay? 6'5", 11 on famers, 18 on gold, 92 3-ball, 99 driving dunk, 92 ball, 86 ball, 95 speed, great perimeter. I mean, genuinely, what gem tier do you think he would be? I would guess a Galaxy Opal. That would be my guess based on the 11 Hall of Famers, based on, the 95 speed, 92 3-ball. That would be my guess. Combine that with the Zack LaVine base on Quick. Combine that with, a better dribble style than normal. The list goes on and on for Zack LaVine. It genuinely does. I think he's still to this day one of your better, best offensive point guards in the entire game. Shoots the ball well. And honestly, guys, I also want to say this. The longevity of this card is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Now, again, he is going to not nearly be as good defensively as a guy like Sidney Moncrief, but he gives you way more offense. So it really depends what you are wanting at that point guard position. If you're wanting a guy that is just going to go out there and get you stops, you're probably going to like Sidney Moncrief more than Zack LaVine. But if you want a complete point guard that's going to be able to get, the occasional bucket, I have Zack LaVine one step higher. Card I have higher than Zack LaVine is Devin Booker. Now, I know a lot of people aren't necessarily going to like how high I have Booker, and honestly, stat-wise, badge-wise, I get it, but he's got literally the easiest release to green in the entire game. D-Book base on Quick, D-Book leaner, D-Book dribble style, 94 speed, 93 speed ball, 94 speed, 93 speed ball, 90 words are hard, okay? 94 3-ball, 93 speed, good perimeter. Yes, his badges are a problem. That's what I really wanted to talk about, were his defensive badges, and I jumped the gun with his stats. Badges are a problem with Devin Booker defensively. Sure, you can put him all on gold. He's going to be okay, but he's still 6'6". So yes, even though his badges aren't great, he's still 6'6". I don't love his player model defensively, but he is 6'6", going to get you the occasional stop. D-Book is really good at my number 8. At my number 7, we're going to plug in the no money spent version of Dwayne Wade. Now, there's a couple of things that are important here. Dwayne Wade's no money spent version is way worse than the Pro Pass. And when I say way worse, I'm talking about the overall card. He is way worse than the Pro Pass version. The Dwayne Wade base on normal compared to the Dwayne Wade base on very quick it's definitely important. That combined with the, different dribble styles, just everything is different about the cards. But this Dwayne Wade defensively is still going to be one of the best point guards in the game. As I was looking through things, though, I think there's a limit to how high this nobody spent Dwayne Wade can go. Now, I'm still ranking him over, some of the guys like Russell Westbrook, guys like that. But when I have Russell Westbrook low because his release is slow, Dwayne Wade's release is slow too, so he has to be lower as well. So those are the things that definitely do play a factor. Defensively, he's going to be one of the best point guards in the game. The problem is offensively, I don't know what this card is doing. I felt boxed with the Pro Pass Wade, let alone this DWade with the DWade base on normal. Look, I know, I get it. Defensively, he's going to be next level. But that's all the no money spent Wade gives you is really defense. Offensively, he's going to be in an absolute box. At my number 6, we're plugging in the new John Wall point guard card. Here's the situation with John Wall, guys. He's got one of the quickest point guard releases in the entire game. The John Wall base on quick, honestly, I would say this. It's almost quick enough where it's too quick to green. Like, I struggle greening it on a consistent basis. And if you want to talk about why, well, I think Dr. J has John Wall on, does he have John Wall? I want to go look at this. I think the Dr. J card, I don't know about the Dark Matter. I think he does. John Wall on normal. This has John Wall on quick. Even the Dark Matter Dr. J has his base on normal, not even on quick. And so I think that's the one thing for me is I've got to get used to the release of John Wall. It's one of those things right now. I don't green consistently with it, so it's hard for me to be that high on John Wall. However, pro dribble style, not great. Pro 3 leaner is okay. 89 3 ball, but 99 speed, defensively really solid. And honestly, I think that's one of the underrated parts about this Galaxy Opal John Wall card is that defense. I think a lot of people just think of John Wall, oh, he doesn't play that much defense. Oh, well, normally John Walls don't. But this John Wall absolutely does. He plays defense. Offensively, going to be one of your better point guards on the entire game. He is better than the no money spent version of Dwayne Wade. At my number 5, you guys can say I'm too high on him. I don't care. I'm plugging in the Dia de los Muertos SGA. He's, in my opinion, very similar to Devin Booker, where his release, in my opinion, is one of the easiest to green on the entire game. But I'm telling you, his moving crossover is game-changing. It's one of the main reasons that people, a lot of people, gas the Dr. J just because of his release. But Dr. J has this moving crossover, which is so key as well. It's just the best full court dribble move on the entire game. It really, really, really is. If you have ever played play now, it's what, everybody uses there. SJ's moving crossover is elite. His defense isn't great, but it is better than, the Devin Booker defense. As far as offensively, sure, Devin Booker might shoot the ball better, but I think as far as the whole picture, I like SGA's offense slightly more than D-Book. Give me SGA in here at number 5. At my number 4, we're plugging in Pink Diamond Kade Cunningham. Kade's been hooping recently in the league. I don't know if you guys are on alert or not, but Kade is doing it. 94 3 ball, 85 driving deck, 93 speed ball, 92 ball handle, 93 speed. Defensively is really solid. Kade is going to give you more defense than SJ and D-Book. It's really his player model player build. I don't know why, but Kade just feels larger on the court. His release is smooth, and just overall is a really good point guard. And I know people are probably like, Ty, D-Book and SJ are 6'6" as well. I know, I get that, but Kade's player build is just simply put better. So that's what I will say about Kade. Really do like the card here at my number 4. At my number 3, nobody could ever make me hate this card in Oscar Robertson. Nobody. I mean, people could try to make me hate this card, but it is impossible. I love what Big O does for me on the court. To me, he's the closest thing, that we have to a perfect card in this game. 90, outside of, obviously, my number 1. 96 3-ball, 94 speed, 93 perimeter, defensively perfect, plays defense, can knock down some shots. Release-wise is okay. The Oscar on normal is fine. Normal, leaner, pro dribble style. He's just such a complete point guard. Like, is he going to blow anybody away with the offense? No. Like, his offensive prowess isn't, that much, but as far as an all-around point guard, if you're not looking for specifically a bucket getter, the Big O is the man with the plan. He absolutely is. Can rebound the ball, plays a lot of defense. As far as an overall point guard, he's tough to beat. And I don't like anybody that slanders Oscar because I absolutely love what this card can provide you guys on the court coming in at my number 3. At my number 2, we're plugging in Galaxy Opal Penny Hardaway, who I just like one step higher than Oscar. Now, I honestly think a debate could be had. Who do you like more? Who do you think is better between Oscar, between Penny? I lean Penny today. Other days I might lean Oscar. Here's the deal. Penny is 6'7". Defensively going to be one of the better point guard options. I know the defensive stats aren't that great, but interior is okay. Speed is high. 89 3-ball, decent enough release. Garland dribble style, which is, I've heard it. I think that's the best in the game. Again, I can't dribble, so who am I to say? But I've heard that's the best in the game. Driving dunk at a 90 is solid. Has all the playmaking badges you can ask for. Now, honestly, you apply some of the badges like paint patroller, immovable, shifty shooter. Penny's a near perfect guard as well. Now, I would argue Oscar, stat-wise, badge-wise, is better. But when it comes down to animations, when it comes down to size, that's where Penny Hardaway does have the edge, coming in at my number 2. And at my number 1, it's crazy, but we got to plug in the Pro Pass Dwayne Wade. And it is crazy the difference between base DWade and the Pro Pass DWade. But Pro Pass DWade is 6'4". DWade base on very quick, way better than DWade on normal. Kyrie dribble style, Pro 2 leaner for this Wade. 92 3-ball, 98 speed, 98 driving dunk, perfect defense. To me, he's a better version of Oscar. And some people might disagree with me, but that's how I think of this Dwayne Wade. Defensively, it's going to be where he's at his best. But offensively, with the DWade base on very quick, the Kyrie dribble style, he's just going to be a little bit better. Like, I'm not saying he's going to be great, but perfect, I should say. But he's just going to be, especially offensively, he's going to be a little bit better than Oscar. I still think that if you want pure offense, you're going to be better with, even a guy, let's say, like Devin Booker. But an overall point guard, you are not beating this Pro Pass Dwayne Wade right now. You're just not, unless you give me like a Ben Simmons point guard card, something like that. Or, a Dark Matter D-Book, obviously, Dark Matter SGA probably would end up being better than D-Wade. But for now, this card is your top point guard in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. That's going to wrap it up for our point guard list. Again, the list goes on and on for good point guards in this game. Don't think like it just stops with the guys I mentioned. Like right now, my no money spent, I'm using Dyson Daniels. I absolutely love the card, and I think he can go out there and compete with anybody that I mentioned on this top 10. So don't think you need anybody on the top 10, but if you want to know the top 10 point guards, that's who we've got. That's going to wrap it up. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.